We are back. I'm the Chiz.
Big Sweet here.
Chucky Milano.
He's back!
What's going on, guys?
Low Mids in the house.
John the Beast.
And we are Those Guys Podcast. So glad to, first things first, we got to give a big shout out to Chucky Milano for showing up today.
Yeah, he's back.
What's going on, guys?
Yes.
You got to see it. He brought his puppet in.
Chucky Milano.
We literally look like we have Elmo here today.
Hi, Elmo.
Orange Elmo. Agent Orange.
So tell us what you've been doing, man. It's been a while. We haven't seen you in a minute.
Well, I've been sick, really sick, dude. Like my severe allergies, man, really bad.
Oh wow, man.
Yeah, dude, I had like sinus infection, and I got like it was crazy, man. Just cold after cold, a sinus infection, bro. Antibiotics, constantly going to Central here,
Oh wow.
and I had to go see an allergist now.
Oh, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm alright. I'm still congested from it.
So what's up with your page? How's your page coming along?
I mean, I've been throwing a couple things here and there, you know, using the Chucky Milano up in here, you know what I'm saying? You know, like just for fun, you know, because I'd rather do this than just be normal, you know what I mean?
I hear you, man. You've been posting like a lot of cool stuff up. You make me laugh, dude.
Oh, you saw the last one talking about how to be a boss?
Yeah, but
He
dude,
tells you how to be a boss.
the music video that you did too, right? So I was gonna say you should do one with like the Fallout theme. Like get like some of the Fallout music.
I'm gonna do a
and
rap
then try
one,
and
too.
do that. You can do a rap one.
I want to see the rap one.
I'm just
I
gonna
want to
say-
see the rap one.
You ever seen Hustle and Flow?
Oh, that trick.
I'm gonna make the suckers recognize I'm hey, yo. You gotta go. Just for fun, you know what I mean? I gotta get a bandana and all that from gold chain and stuff.
That's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope. Gotta see
Yeah,
it.
look for it.
Trick.
You know what
Gotta
you
see
should
the
do?
finishing
No lie. You know
outfit.
what I was thinking you should do?
Faith.
No. Hold on. Get him in a hoodie. Get him some boxing gloves and do "I'm Gonna Knock You Out" by LL Cool J.
Oh,
Hands down.
And I
that'd
got,
be dope.
I told him I just got other puppets. I got a little Italian guy, Linguini is his name.
Linguini.
Oh man,
Dude, I got a police officer. I got a grandmother.
Dude, you know it'd be
wow.
hilarious if you did that, but then get go to Walmart and get like a WWE ring and just have him stand in it.
Just fight each other.
I'm telling you that.
All right.
The 24/7 champ.
Yo, for real, man.
Dude, what is up with that belt?
My gosh, it's
hilarious, bro.
it's the PG version of the Hardcore Championship.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the same thing I was saying. I sent you guys a video because it was on YouTube, and it was him the guy on the plane, dude. I was cracking up laughing. I was like, dude,
R-Truth is the modern day Crash Holly.
Yeah, pretty much.
dude. I was like, yo, that is hilarious. And then he locked himself in the bathroom. And it was just like
I
talking
remember
to the belt, like you can't just be going around like going on other people's shoulders like that. I thought that was hilarious though. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So you should do that, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Like just
I got a lot of ideas. Like I'm running it all out. I've been dealing with the sickness and then on top of that, I got the court thing. It's been going on a long time.
oh
dude.
wow,
I
yeah,
got
forgot
one more
about
day.
that. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, and every time I go to the court, they'll say that the judge is rescheduling. It's
Dude.
like, oh,
B, somebody stole his car, crashed it, and then they came to his house and was like, please don't press charges.
I'm pressing charge. You kiss my
you
ass.
gotta go.
man, listen.
They gave me like 5 different subpoenas, bro, to go.
Shit.
I'm like, I don't want to press charges. You still gotta go.
Dude, and I told him, I was like, dude,
pressing charges.
Yeah.
press the charges, bro.
Press the
I'm
charges.
sorry. I don't care. Like,
That dead, bro.
I don't care. Because trust me, when you're young, that's when you learn. Because now that charges are, when you press charges,
Pressure luck.
now he knows that shit is real.
Yeah.
Because if you keep giving him a way out,
Who you gonna think
Yeah.
that everybody else in the future gonna give them a way out?
Yeah.
So you gotta be the tough person to be like, you're gonna learn today.
exactly.
And the worst part is he could have done a plea deal just to clean up. 500 hours, and the lady said he refused.
Oh yeah, press
Yeah.
charges.
Yeah, press charges.
Because he think
He's
he's
14
scot-
years old.
Oh, don't matter. He think he's scot free.
Yeah.
He thinks he's scot free.
But the city's going after him.
Well, yeah, they're gonna have to.
Yeah.
He was trying to take the cop's taser off his wedding ring.
Oh, he
yeah.
asking for it.
You need to press charges.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I needed
Scared
money."
straight, buddy. Scared straight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
we
we
gonna-
straight doesn't even work anymore, dude.
Scared straight by doing
She's
the
like-
real stuff.
The lady said, "Even if you don't press charges, the city of Orlando's going after him."
Oh yeah, they're gonna have to. They have to.
So either way, he's gonna learn. But
Yeah.
you gotta do your part. Press charges.
Yeah.
You have to protect yourself.
Yeah, because he's not gonna learn his lesson, bro.
No, he's not.
Dude, trust me. When I got caught, I got caught speeding on the turnpike. I was doing like, I think I was doing like 100 and, I was doing like 150, bro, 150.
He told me that.
And
That's
yeah,
a
you
lie.
remember? And I was supposed to be doing, I was literally supposed to be doing only 50 on the turnpike because it was a construction zone. So they
Oh.
dropped the speed limit down because back then the speed limit on the turnpike wasn't 70, it was 60. So they dropped it, and I was speeding, and I was doing. Dude, he clocked me. He was like, "I clocked you at 150." And I was like, "Shit."
That's almost
Yeah,
manslaughter.
and they did not care. They were like, "I'm not gonna ask you for your license or your registration. I'm just gonna read you your rights."
It's past that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
You
could be
150,
charged
bro.
Manslaughter, yeah.
150
Yeah.
in the construction zone, bruh.
So he has to learn his lesson, bro.
Yeah.
Because trust me, and after that,
You
I don't
just go
speed.
one-
I
you
don't
just go
speed like
120
that.
now, 120, 125.
Yeah, I
It's
just
like I bump it down to 120.
but not even that. Like I know, like dude, I lost my license for 2 years. Like I lost my license for 2 years. For 1 year, I couldn't drive. Then I had to get a hardship license for the next year. Dude, it sucked, bro. Public transportation in the South sucks. Major
Oh, God.
dick. And I'm gonna let you know that now, dude. I remember I took the bus from downtown Orlando. Mind you, I took the bus from downtown Orlando to SeaWorld one day, and it took me 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
Shit you not.
No good. No good.
Shit you not.
That's crap.
Yeah. Dude.
No good.
Yeah.
And then I tried to get. I was like, fuck it. Maybe I can just get a motorcycle license. I couldn't even get a motorcycle because I didn't know then. But then you have to have a regular driver's license, and all they do is they put like a sticker on.
Yeah.
Well, it was not a sticker, but they like
It's just a
put
different
some-
class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They give you a different class
Because
on
that's
the
my
license
next-
to say,
that's my
yo,
next
look.
thing.
And I was like,
Moped.
yeah, I can't do that.
You can get a moped without a license.
I probably could have done a scooter, but I wasn't thinking then. So what I was doing was I was like, I just like.
Okay. Vice City days.
Hell
I was thinking, I was like, maybe I should just
Good bike.
talk to someone and just carpool. And I just talked to someone and carpooled. And
Did
that's
you
all
see
I
the
did.
meme? First club I ever
Suck,
been
dude.
to.
Trust
Vice
me.
City
Oh
Club.
yeah.
The what?
Yeah, there's a meme going out saying the first club you ever been to.
Oh, it's
as
Vice
a kid,
City.
it's the Vice City Club.
You
from
you know something
Vice
funny?
City.
You know something funny? Vice City came out when we were in high school, right? If I'm not
Dude,
mistaken.
I love that game. I bought 2 of them. That's how much I loved it.
If Vice City came out in
Vice
high school. It was
City.
probably one of my favorite Grand Theft Autos.
Yes,
no
it
lie.
was.
Yeah,
Like
it was.
everybody was like, "Oh, San Andreas." I was like,
No,
"Nah,
no,
Vice
no,
City."
it's-
But
San Andreas is up there, but
yeah,
Vice
San
City
Andreas
is
up there.
good.
But Vice City was my game. But I was still going to clubs then. Because you gotta understand in New York it was different.
Yeah.
So like they had like teen clubs. They
Yeah.
had like teen nights.
Right.
But then like when you're like me, I'm Jamaican, so like anytime they do parties, like they had them in clubs or they had them in certain spots. So it
Yeah.
was like we were there anyway. So I mean, for me it was. I was like, everyone's like, "Oh, your first club." I was like, say it's the first club in a video
first
game.
club.
But yeah,
And the first porno scene too. Or
Oh,
Vice City.
Candy
Yeah.
Sucks.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Candy Sucks.
Ah.
Dude, she was like,
yeah.
oh yeah. Oh. Dude, I was like, oh my god, I was a small kid like watching this, like, oh my god.
no, you were in high school. like
Parents
everybody
didn't
else.
know what they were setting themselves
Yeah.
up.
Dude, it was a good game. It was a mixture of like Miami Vice and Tony Montana,
And
Scarface.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was actually a lot of good actors on there. There was like Ray Liotta,
Uh-huh.
and it was a whole bunch of people.
The voices, the
voice
voice
actors.
Vice City actually set the tone for the Grand Theft
It
Auto
did, yeah.
franchise. Because even the voices for San Andreas,
They were
I didn't
good.
even know half of the people that were there were
Yeah.
like big
time. Dude,
big time
the
actors.
San Andreas soundtrack was probably one of
yeah.
the biggest
Oh, yeah.
soundtracks
Yeah.
ever,
Right.
dude, because everybody got on it.
Hell yeah.
And
everybody
I used to
got
bump to
on it.
Ice Cube,
Oh,
Everybody got, and even the new one, the last one they did, 5.
Uh-huh.
oh, that was
Dude, that was
phenomenal.
a phenomenal
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Really
So
good.
I'm trying to
game.
figure out what they're going to do with this next one.
Yeah, well,
They talking about a female protagonist too.
I'm down with that. I mean,
I feel like
I
it'd be
mean,
good.
the way how Red Dead Redemption was.
Yeah.
God, jeez, I still haven't even.
Well,
beat that game yet.
there's a rumor.
All hell off the Morgan.
There's a rumor it's going to be Liberty City and Vice City together, like two different storylines going on.
Possibly.
That would be interesting.
Like they're going to be going from back and forth, you know. Like
Possibly because they started that with
they
the
did
last
that
one.
with the last one. Yeah.
You could literally you change the character, you doing the different.
Yeah, but it was still
storyline.
big LA though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool though.
I would love for them to do if they were gonna do Liberty City, do a. Well, they already did a big Liberty City though.
Yeah,
Okay, they did
But
it.
with
They did it
next-generation
twice.
graphics.
Yeah,
Grand Theft Auto
that's what I'm
4.
saying. I wish
they
they would
did it
do
twice
And-
because they did it
Vice
in
City
3.
again.
And then in Mafia they did New Orleans,
Orleans.
which I want to play that one.
That
Mafia
game was
3.
good.
Dude,
No,
I'm gonna
no,
have
I'm
to get
good.
that.
I tried it.
It's not good.
I tried
I'm
it.
good.
It's okay.
Really?
It's a
My
good
opinion.
start, but it's just like it becomes repetitive.
Okay.
I
I just to me it was
I'm
like,
waiting
it was
for
really
E3
good
though.
because Mafia 1 was good
Uh-huh.
and Mafia 2 was good. I was like, man,
And you
dude.
remember Mafia 2 when you kill the main guy?
Yeah, and wait, the main guy in the
He was
He
cutting
was
his grass.
yeah, and you
He's like, hey,
run up on
I got a
him.
job for you. And you're
Yeah.
like, wait a minute. That's the guy I played in the first game. He's an old guy now. I gotta kill him.
But and that's what happens at the end of the first one because if you end the first one,
Right.
the literally the next scene of the in the first one when you end, you're getting whacked at the end of it.
Right.
So like that piggybacks off of it. But this one, I mean, they said the third one like has bits and pieces of the old one, but I still think that's a good game to do. I would love for them to have done that in Red Dead Redemption. Like you deal with the leaving of the cowboys and the coming up of the mob, but you do it with John Marston's son.
Yeah. That'd be
And
amazing.
that would
yeah.
be
Yeah,
so.
that'd
So
be
you're
dope.
dealing with So you'd be dealing with like the Prohibition era, and then dude, tell me that would be badass.
Oh, yeah,
and
that
then
would be.
you'd still be driving in cars, but you'd still
Right.
have horses.
Yeah.
That'd
so
be
it'd be
freaking
like
amazing.
horses and guns. Oh man,
Yeah.
and I think that was like a story that they could have done with because you got to think about it. A lot of Red Dead Redemption 1 was you were in like L.A., Mexico, South L.A., Mexico, and then in the new one, they kind of like did
They mixed it up a
yeah,
little
mixed
bit,
it up
yeah.
a little. Like you were like
That map is
North
fucking
Dakota kind of thing, but like I would love to have them to do like a mixture of outdoors
Right.
and a city. So like you go into a city with John Marston's son, and he's still that cowboy, and they're like, and the whole point is like him going from being a cowboy to a true mobster, and then you segue, and that would be a
Dude,
bomb
that
ass.
would.
Oh my
DLC,
gosh!
DLC.
But I
It
heard
would
they're
be
going to be
good.
dropping a DLC soon.
Really?
I don't know what it's going to be, but I heard they were going to be dropping a DLC soon because apparently the guy who played John Marston, the voice of John Marston, he said he's popping up at E3. So
What?
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
E3's gonna be very
Wow.
interesting. Marvel has a big slot for E3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently
With this
they
game.
have two new games because they have Ultimate Alliance and then they have another game.
Yeah,
that's
they have the
coming out.
Marvel. They have the Ultimate Alliance, which is going to be Ultimate Alliance 3, which is the continuation, and then Marvel's actually coming out with their own Marvel
Yeah,
type of universe game.
which sounds like a 2.0 of Alliance.
It looks like I've been watching some leaks on it. It's like a 2.0 of Alliance, but also it's supposed to tie into the Spider-Man universe from the Spider-Man game.
Okay, well the Spider-Man game was good.
I loved it.
Yeah,
Dude, you let me watch what was that movie? Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't
Dude,
seen
Dude, oh my
phenomenal.
gosh.
Dude, I love that
You
movie,
ain't seen
man.
it?
Dude, no, here's the thing. I didn't see it when it came out, but like
That's the best
I sat
Spider-Man
down
movie.
one day and I was like, "Yo, let me see it." And it
Love that one, bro.
Dude, really good.
It was good, right?
they
did
Dude,
good.
even my wife was like,
They
wow,
did
this is
so-
a really good acting in it
They
for a
did
cartoon.
so
Yeah.
great.
They did so good. He did a really good job. Really good job. The only thing that threw me off,
Right.
and just I'm
Of
just
course
saying
it's
this.
gonna be
I'm
a
saying
butt.
this.
Right, right.
I'm saying this as a fan. The only thing that threw me off about the movie is that he met Gwen Stacy at school, right?
I know where
'Cause
you're
she
getting
was
at.
there, and then all of a sudden, the next night, literally the next night he meets Spider-Man. Everything happens, and it's like, but everything happened. The glitch happened And then, so did they do like a glitch before and it didn't work, and then that's how she came? Because I'm
Probably.
still confused on how that happened.
So
I think
because
so.
the way she was explaining it was like she was already there.
Yeah.
She's been when she explains it, she says that I've been there, and then when she found out he had his powers, her spider sense went off and realized him. So she had explained that she had been there for a little bit
Right.
because she was investigating the school. So that's how I looked at it. It is kind of
it kind of threw me off because she was like, they were like the glitch, and I was like, but he saw you before the glitch, so unless they had the glitch before, but it was really good.
Well,
and then
what's the name was he was working on that machine multiple times, so
and that's what I'm thinking. So this Spider-Man and then so the Spider-Man with the stomach, right? He was the original Spider-Man.
Right.
From what I'm getting.
He's
And
the
then
original.
He's the original. So, and then the other one that died was the one from that universe.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
what happens is the multiverses is all mixed up, and that was like the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
Because in the Ultimate Universe, that's when that Spider-Man died.
Dude, the moment Kingpin bashed him in, I was like, dude, it's serious.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
what? He went like, bam! I was like, yo!
Yeah, because
fucking around, bro.
first
and
of
then
all,
Kingpin shot the one guy over on the roof. I was like, well, my daughter was like, oh. Oh. He's like, oh. And he shot him in the back. I was like, yo!
dude, you know what one of my favorite scenes was when they got to the when they went to the office to go get the computer, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna woo her," and then she was like, "I'm Dr. Octopus." I was like, "Damn, dude, that's so badass." I was like, "Yo,
It's like a trap and everything.
ain't no
Yeah.
wooing that.
That was good.
And he was like, always. I didn't like. That's the only thing I didn't like about it. He was always eating. But if you think about it,
Well,
you want to know the funny thing about it? Somebody told me this a long time ago, and it didn't take me. It took me a minute to get it, and it only took me a minute to get it. Spider-Man's basically a black guy.
yeah.
If you think about it,
Mary Jane.
anytime he does something good, they always
He's a
talk
player.
bad about him.
Uh-huh.
Anytime where does he live? He lives in an apartment. A poor apartment, basically. You know, he
In the
never
city.
can pay rent. He got 7 jobs.
Struggle of the city.
Exactly. and then
the struggle of a
my
New
friend was
Yorker.
like, yo, the funny thing about it is that he had 2 girls and he beat one up. And I was like, God, jeez, that's so fucked up. I was like, God, jeez, that's so fucked up. I was like, damn. And he's like, and then my friend was like, why is it when he get the black suit, he's all angry and beating people up? I was like, that's right. Why? I was like, God, jeez. But nah, that was really
It was
good.
really good.
Yeah,
They put
yeah.
the video game.
That's
The video
probably
game
really
outfit was in the.
It was in the movie.
game
Yeah.
The
scene.
way the video game ended was
Oh man.
that was sad, man.
I didn't play the game.
Oh.
So what happened
Oh,
at the end?
the ending
Oh,
is crazy,
man.
man.
What
I
happened?
saw the ending.
Yeah, it's alright.
So
Aunt May dies.
who?
Aunt May.
Yeah.
Oh, but come on,
He tries to save her.
I mean, he's old, bro.
But it was pretty much a decision that he had to make.
Yeah,
Either
it was either save the
people-
city
Save
or
the
save his
city,
aunt.
yeah, save his aunt, yeah.
So you had
Yeah.
that like on your that burden on you.
And you couldn't choose yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was automatically chosen.
And then it
for
had
you.
an emotional scene with.
it wasn't like Fable. 'Cause you
No.
know Fable be giving you them stupid ass.
They ain't coming out with another one.
Yeah, dude, in Fable, I don't know. All right,
They're
that's
working
a whole
on
nother
another
game.
one too.
Yeah.
They gonna present it at
Sorry,
E3.
that's a rumor. A new Fable game.
Yeah, I heard about that. But they remember they tried to drop one for the Xbox 360,
Right.
and it just because remember they did Fable 3,
Yeah, I had.
and then
that
they did try to do Fable Legends
Mhm.
for the 360 with the
one. with the
camera.
with the Kinect. and
Yeah, with the
everything.
The first one was the best one, honestly.
I love
The
three.
first one was
Mythical.
good. I love the second one.
I love 3.
The second one was so motivating. It was like I'm poor.
Because you had the dog too as well.
No, not even that, dude. First of all, he shot my dog and shot my sister, and then he yelled at him
John Wick. John Wick.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, first of all,
Did anybody
Everybody
see
had
John?
to die.
Everybody seen John
I
Wick?
haven't seen the
yeah,
third one.
dude,
Bro.
John Wick was so
I love the first
bad.
two.
You
Oh.
need to go see.
Really?
I'm
Dude.
talking about like when we leave here.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
The best scene of that movie. Let me tell you the best scene. You seen it?
No.
Oh God.
You can't.
Can I say it?
Go ahead.
Tell
Oh.
me.
So,
I'm gonna watch
so the
it.
best scene of that movie was when they went. Spoiler alert! Spoiler or spoiler if you haven't seen it. But the best scene in that movie was that after they came out of the vault and they went after the guys and they had the bulletproof stuff on, and then they went back downstairs.
The doorman?
They went back downstairs and they were like, "What's wrong?" He was just like, He's like, shit, nothing is working. He was like, I got you. He's like, armor piercing, shotgun.
You gotta explain it. You gotta explain it from the beginning.
So basically, so basically,
The
in
beginning
the
of
story,
that scene, not the movie.
he's excommunicado, right?
Right.
So later on in the story, the hotel becomes
Excommunicado.
excommunicado too. I've got the way that they call it. So literally, they were like, they send a team in there to wipe everything out. That was their job.
Clear
Their job
house.
was to wipe everything
Clear
out.
house.
So basically, they had
I'm watching it.
they had a bulletproof suit on. Like
What?
the only way for the only way for you to kill them was literally like to shoot them in like the neck, or you had to like get underneath their helmet. And dude, he went in there and it was like, all right, you understand it. You're playing the division.
Yeah.
You're playing the division and you're fighting those tanks, and you're like hitting the tanks and nothing is going, and you're just like, what the fuck? I'm unleashing them. That's how John Wick was when he was shooting just the regular dudes. It was like, damn. And then he literally was like getting in, just like,
You gotta explain the doorman part
Yo.
though. The doorman was because they knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, they
knew that they were coming. So the doorman, the black doorman from the room too, he was talking to John Wick and he was like, "Hey, they upgraded their body armor since the last time you saw them. You need to use this armor-piercing round." So John Wick went out there, guns blazing, and he like,
murked.
"It's not working."
With the
No, because
That was with the handgun,
but they didn't know about the armor. They didn't
No,
know about
he
the armor.
said it.
No, but he said things have changed.
He said
so.
things
He
have
said,
changed,
look at
you
the
need to
gun.
use
so he
this.
changed the gun.
Is
So
the
when he
bullet
gave the
too?
new guns, but then when they all went after them, they were like, all right, bet. Now we gotta do armor piercing rounds because it's not penetrating. So they got a shotgun, and the shotgun with the armor piercing rounds,
The doorman was
getting
getting
everything, dude.
The doorman was getting it.
Dude,
He came downstairs
so
mad.
fucking good. Dude, it was it had funny moments. It had moments where you're just like when they say that he was the boogeyman, like they
You
showed
see
it.
it.
Like even when he was
Really?
fighting people, they were like, "Yo, it's a fucking honor to fight you." I'm
Yes.
just gonna let you know
In the
that.
middle of the fight scene.
Dude, it was like, I'm just gonna let you know it's a fucking honor to
Well,
fight
the
you.
first two, he was like that too. He was already
It
unstoppable.
was nothing like this. In
He
the
was
middle of the
good.
fight
Wow.
scene,
When people
dudes
are
were like,
stopping to say, "Yo, I'm just gonna let you know that even though I just beat you up for a second, it's an honor to even just fight you right now. So
crazy.
I'm gonna do my best to try and kill
remember
you."
at the end when he
he's
was fighting the
basically-
two guys? Yeah. It was like, he's getting old.
Yeah.
He was like, no, but it's John Wick.
Yeah.
And they're
He's
talking
basically Max
they're
Payne.
talking in their language.
Nah, dude.
More?
Even
He's-
even
oh
at
my
the
God.
even at the end,
He's
when he
Max
beat-
Payne meets Neo.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Or Punisher.
dude.
Max
Punisher-
Payne meets Punisher.
Yeah,
He learned a lot from the Matrix, right?
Yeah. You know what they're saying about it though, right? They were saying a lot of people's fan theory is that John Wick is
Neo?
Neo's simulation.
Oh, that's
Nah,
crazy.
that's too
Yeah.
much.
That would be
No,
crazy.
it's not. It's not.
You want me to tell you why? Because I like the high table. I like what the high table stands for. They're like, yo, your fucking job is to murder people and enjoy it. And if you don't, we got someone after your ass.
The
to
next
murder
one is
you
gonna be
too.
crazy.
Dude,
So I
They
have-
already got the release date for the next
you want
one.
to know something funny? You remember the guy who he cut? Well, I don't want to give it away, but you remember the
just
high?
say it.
He was above the table.
Yeah.
The high
elder.
guy. I was watching G.I. Joe the night before. I was like, this G.I. Joe motherfucker stepped up in the game. He running everything down.
Yeah, I seen him. I was like, wait, this dude looked familiar. In the first scene when you seen the elder, when he went to the elder, I was like, I know you.
Yeah, I was like, G.I. Joe. I was like, that's right. Dude, first of all, I don't care what no one says. People can hate on G.I. Joe. That was probably one of the most funniest action movies I've seen.
I
Like,
love
I would
the first
ra-
one.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
rather
I love the
watch.
first
I'd
one.
rather watch that than watch Tomb Raider. Not the
Oh.
new one, but the old ones.
The
with
older ones
Angelina
are
Jolie.
horrible.
Yeah.
Because it's so
I
entertaining.
love the first one
It was just
with the Wayans brothers.
dude when they had
had
the
suits.
suits and they were running.
They ran so fast,
I was
they
like,
ran
this
into a black person with a super suit. That's the first thing gonna happen.
But my
Gonna
thing
run
is-
too fast and run into
Why was he always getting arrested? It's like every scene he was getting arrested. I was like, God, jeez, they kept the stereotype.
Halle
Thank
Berry.
you, G.I. Joe.
Just out of curiosity, in John Wick, what did he do with the horse? Like,
Dude, that's one of
you
the
have to
best.
watch that.
You
I'm
remember
not
how
gonna
they
say
said?
anything.
Remember how they said he's the boogeyman and he can practically kill you with anything?
He killed you with a horse?
He practically
horse?
in this movie he practically killed everybody with everything he had.
Dude.
And it starts from the beginning. The dude that he fights in the beginning is actually an NBA player. And the
What?
dude,
Yeah.
he plays for the 76ers. Is
Yeah, bro.
And he
I
was
forgot
like,
his name. He's like 7'6".
Yeah, he was like, John. He was like, he's like, I got 30 minutes. He was like, no, he's like, I got an hour.
He got like
He's
10 minutes.
He's
No,
like,
he got like 10 minutes. He was like, John, nobody's gonna know the difference.
Nobody's gonna know the difference.
And he went after
And
him.
then
He went against Joel Embiid.
He still went after him?
Yo,
against
dude,
Joel
you gotta
Embiid.
check it out.
He went against
All
Joel
right.
Embiid, but they're on the same team now.
Yo, dude,
Because
you
he
gotta
got
check it out.
traded.
And how did it end?
Good
Like,
movie.
did it end
Uh,
where...
it-
Dude,
was
it ended,
still
it
amazing.
ended, it ended amazing.
It ended with amazing with room for more
Right.
because they already literally after the first 3 days that the movie came out,
Right.
they already declared the next movie.
Right.
The next one comes out May 22nd of 2021.
I think that's going to be a finale.
And then Jonathan,
It is.
Jonathan Fry, I think that was his name. The guy, you know, the guy who was trying to get the whorehouses back.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, we need the whorehouses," and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna murder you and your brother if you don't." You know who I'm talking about, right? He was in the movie. And I was like,
Crazy.
"Damn, he was so good."
Halle Berry did her
Dude,
thing.
Halle Berry. Oh my god,
I heard
dude.
she was
First
really
of all,
good.
she
did not do her thing.
she erased everything.
Really?
Completely
Like everything.
method
Like
actor.
after this movie, she is still the hottest thing on the planet.
And I watched her backstory on this movie.
Uh-huh.
All of her gun training she did herself
Dude,
with
YouTube.
Keanu
Was she a
Reeves.
badass with a weapon?
Yes, you think she's a badass in the movie? Watch her actually working out for the movie. I heard that the funny thing about the dogs is she actually had those dogs for 6 months.
Dude.
Herself, she trained them. When she got on set with Keanu Reeves, they told Keanu Reeves he cannot make eye contact with those dogs.
Dude,
What?
those dogs made me like. I was looking at my dogs. I was like, "Y'all bitches compared to me."
Everybody
Yo,
said that.
them dogs, dude. Those dogs were just on point.
on command.
point.
She
It
said,
was just
"Hi."
like, dude.
Dead.
She would grab one. He'd be like, "Ah, bam!" in the head. It was like distraction. It was. You remember Dead to Rights?
Yeah.
Remember Dead to Rights?
With your
That's
dog?
exactly how it was, but with 2 dogs.
Oh my god. That sounds
Good.
Shadow.
I gotta watch this.
The
movie.
fact
a
that
good
they
fucking
connected
game.
everything too. I don't want to tell a whole movie,
Do you guys
but
think?
Yeah,
I know
well-
it's a little far off, but do you think it's gonna end bad for him?
No. It
Like,
can.
it's
It
gonna
can.
have a
If they
happy
want
ending?
to. If they want to, they can.
I
Because at the
already
end
know
of
where
day-
the next movie is gonna be. I already know what's gonna take place in the next movie.
Because at the end of the day, it can. Because at the end of the day, if you want to end it, you can end it with him dying and with
Or him
everyone
killing everybody
saying,
and then dying.
well,
Not
with
him just walking
last
away.
stand.
no,
Last
him
stand.
dying and him and then like somebody saying, now you can go to your wife, and they can end it like that.
They
Because
can.
at the end of the day,
Okay.
he's literally only living for his. He said, I'm living for my wife. So that's pretty much it.
Man.
Or they-
So-
he
This
could
sounds
just-
more promising than Dark Phoenix right now.
Dude, oh,
Listen, I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to go see
I'm
it
gonna go see it tomorrow.
I'm going to go see it tomorrow. Thank God for T-Mobile. Shout out to T-Mobile Tuesdays, $4 tickets. You know,
$4 ticket.
yeah, T-Mobile
Every
Tuesdays.
Tuesday.
I got
every
Verizon.
Tuesday.
I don't know what Verizon. Verizon got Verizon
I had
Wednesdays or
Sprint
something.
before I went to T-Mobile.
Verizon Wednesdays.
So what are the reviews at right now for Dark Phoenix?
So,
not too horrible.
22% for Rotten Tomato.
Dude,
Damn.
it can't be worse than Fantastic Four.
They said that this is the worst rated X-Men movie of all time.
Jeez, you just came off a good blockbuster TV show.
That's disappointing.
And you fuck everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy though? I think Disney's not gonna wipe it out. I think Disney's gonna keep it.
Well, from what they said that they're not gonna go with that. They said they're gonna do their own thing.
damn.
So they said they're not
But
gonna
it's-
bring the X-Men yet.
It's weird because
horrible.
there was a
That's
it's
horrible.
crazy because
Yeah,
there's a
I'm good.
yearbook.
The only super-
There was a yearbook
Dollar
video
Theater.
out
John Wick.
of
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah,
X-Men
Dollar Theater.
class.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who's in the yearbook?
Godzilla's
Deadpool.
Okay, yeah, but I can see that.
Godzilla's a
But
little
it's
bit-
like
Yeah, I
you
can
can't
see
make that type of connection without pro. And I'm talking about they got X-Men all the way back to Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, well they own all the rights. to it.
Aladdin
but
got a
it's
better
like,
view.
but it's like,
was
why
actually
take the
good.
time out to put
It
Deadpool
was?
in
It was
there?
really good.
Aladdin's 53.
Yo,
Oh my
I'm
God.
not gonna lie.
Aladdin
sorry.
actually, I heard was great.
Yeah,
I saw Aladdin.
was good.
I saw Aladdin.
53 Metacritic.
I'm going to go see it
That's not
Sunday.
really great.
Yeah,
Check it
but
out.
dude, what are the because the critics are different from what the people think.
No, this is
what do the
this is
people
a
think?
combination.
Dude,
of
I'm
both.
sorry.
No, no, I
People
want to know
wanna
what the
kill me?
people.
No, this is
Will
Will Smith was a
6.6.
better genie.
Don't you can't say that.
I'm sorry.
Will Smith was a great genie, but he's not going to top Robin.
Robin
love-
Williams was my all-time favorite, my heart. But Will Smith, he made his own.
He made
Like,
his
I
own
respect
genie.
him for
I
that.
could agree that. I agree. I
And
could
if
agree
you,
with
if you
making
watch
his
him,
own.
he's a lot more believable, more human. Like they give him more of a personality.
Well,
Like it wasn't all comedy. Like they actually had a beginning and an end for the genie.
okay. I mean,
Yeah.
Aladdin was probably one of my all-time favorite
Dude,
movies growing
I'm
up.
telling you, the guy that played Aladdin, Jasmine, Jafar, Genie, all top notch, bro. Great acting.
I
They
didn't
did all the scenes. If you guys remember, they did a recreation of the old and the new.
Mhm.
They recreated all the songs, the movements, and then they added more.
Okay.
Dude, it was really good.
I'm scared for Lion King still to this day.
Well, Lion King might be good. You want me to tell you why? Because Lion King is
It's Lion King.
it's
Directed
one of
by
those,
the
it's Lion
Jungle
King,
Book, too.
dude.
I
It's one of those movies that's good.
I just can't go through Mufasa dying again. Man.
Yeah.
So,
And it's gonna be real life
Really?
now. God, jeez.
And you know who directed
You gotta
it?
bring
The guy
that
from
up,
the
for
Jungle
real.
Book.
Yeah, I know.
And
the
the
Jungle
Jungle
Book
Book got
was-
87%.
Jungle Book was dope.
Same
Okay,
director.
someone's angry over Golden State.
Oh,
yeah.
snap.
Let me check the score.
Yeah, for real. You got
Okay, the
that.
part, there's a part, it's not a spoil because you see in the cartoon, the part when they sing Prince Ali, when Will Smith does that, dude.
Oh
the part
wow, they down
he
by
goes,
4.
Prince right?
Down by 4, about to go into halftime.
Yo,
Well, no, Golden State's up by 4.
Oh, okay.
when he starts singing the Prince Ali song, and Will Smith says, Prince and then waiting for the approval, and then the guy goes, all right, I approve. Prince Ali, buddy, dude, your hairs go up, dude. I was like, yo, badass.
It
was good.
I'm going to go
gonna
see
check
it
it out.
Sunday.
I'm gonna check it
I
out.
already got my tickets.
It was good.
I'm gonna. The only reason why I'm gonna go see Dark Phoenix is because I like Marvel. Okay, but we're having a podcast over here. But the reason why I wanna see it is because I'm a Marvel fan. Just like I love DC. I love DC, but I still love Marvel and I love comic books. But I just want to see how it's gonna. I just want to see it. I'll see it just to see it. But I mean, I just want to know. Like, I just want to say, look, I saw it. I'm
Yeah,
good.
it was
So,
okay.
that's all.
27%.
If you go, I'll ride with you.
Well, we're gonna go tomorrow. So if you want to go tomorrow, we're down.
Yeah, I just gotta hit the barbershop tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm good.
I'm going.
I need to hit the barbershop, but I'm hitting that
I'm
next
going
week.
IMAX in the morning.
Oh, you going in the morning?
Mhm.
I'll probably
Let me-
go see
let me
it.
know how it
I'll
is.
let you
Text
know.
me.
I'll probably scoop you up because I gotta drop. I gotta do some stuff tomorrow. So what's up, Susie? Susie Q coming over here
What are
getting
people
mad
saying
over
about it? Like,
Steph Curry.
Phoenix, like, it's horrible.
Okay,
Yeah, the universe.
okay, but you know.
Oh, you guys are still alive?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
live.
Hey.
There you go.
I'll play by play, you know, for the
Right,
game.
For the game, I still think Toronto's playing though.
Yeah,
I gotta
they're
give
trying.
Toronto.
The fact that
They're
the
playing.
users
Trying,
reviewed
dude. Did
that.
you not see the game the other
That's
night
scary.
in their home?
No.
Oh.
I'm talking about that game was just great. I'm talking about tonight. They're trying.
Oh, they're trying to.
They
got
the
the
cool
cool
thing about it,
Danny
they're staying in it.
Did?
They're staying in it.
Danny Green at the last game, though.
But,
6
but
threes.
even what's his name?
Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, dude.
Kyle Lowry was
He's
pulling
been
from
beasting.
everywhere.
Yeah,
3-point line here, and he back here like, hey.
Mhm.
And it's funny because, you know, a lot of us thought, you know, KD was not needed.
He's
This
a
guy is
series.
needed.
No, but I've always told people KD got recruited to Golden State for one reason: to nullify the other superstar effect.
Yep.
You learned it from LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
The only way to nullify LeBron is to bring in another superstar that can do the same thing LeBron can do.
Which they tried to do, but it never worked out because they tried to bring in Dwayne Wade, but Dwayne Wade wasn't fit.
Dwayne Wade was
wasn't
too
fit.
old.
Yeah,
you
he
can't
wasn't
put
fit.
Dwayne Wade on Cleveland now.
But here's the thing: like I told everybody, I said if they had gotten someone like, and I'm just gonna throw this out there, like a Trevor Ariza or something
Cleveland.
in Cleveland,
Oh, perfect.
it would have been perfect.
Because all LeBron needs, to be honest, all LeBron needs is a stretch 3 or a slashing 1,
Mm-hmm.
and he will win a championship.
Yeah, he will,
regardless.
And I think that because you had Kyrie, you had Love, which was good. You were missing one more star person. That's all you were missing. And I think that if everyone looked at themselves and said, you know what, I'll take a pay cut to bring someone good in, because Cousins was still at the Kings. They could have brought in Cousins.
to be honest, what they shouldn't have did is the Cavs threw too much money at Iman Shumpert, and that's my boy. Everything, but they threw too much money at him. And they threw too much money at JR. Iman, right after they won, Iman got a 4-year, $40 million deal. Not worth it.
Now, hear me out. Now, I was discussing with my boy Ish on this, right? So, what if hear me out? If they had brought Blake Griffin in, right? So you got LeBron, Blake, right? LeBron, Blake, Kyrie, Love, and
that would have been especially the way Blake plays now.
Yeah.
You would have so many options. You can do pick and pop with Blake and K Love.
Mm-hmm.
You can do pick and roll with Kyrie and Blake. You can do pick and roll with Kyrie and the whole team.
And that's what I'm saying. But here's the thing: a lot of people are like, "Oh, Blake he's always injury prone." But here's my thing:
perfect.
You save yourself because everybody saves themselves for that
Yeah.
one time in the season.
Look at Derrick Rose. Boom.
Well, Derrick Rose is different. Derrick Rose learned from his mistakes. Derrick Rose went from dunking and landing on 1 foot to dunking and landing on 2 feet.
My boy.
Because when you dunk and you land on 1 foot, it fucks up everything.
And you know what I told everyone? And everybody gets mad at me when I say this. And even though Orlando made it to the playoffs, Orlando's still missing that 1-star player.
They need more than one star player. I'll be honest with you, Fournier got to go. You're giving the man too much money, and he's not producing enough.
But I mean,
should have never let go of Jonathan Simmons.
That's true.
Should have held on him honestly. You could have let go of him, but just not to. You let go of him too early. Should have kept him for another season or 2, just to allow the other players to develop. Right now, in order for Orlando to, because be honest, you got to think about it. Orlando got to the playoffs because a lot of these other playoff contenders in the Eastern Conference, their players got hurt. Remember, John Wall stepped on something in his house and fucked up his leg.
Yeah, I know. I was like, dude, that's crazy.
So it's just like Orlando's gonna need. If Orlando doesn't get a star player, they're gonna need top tier all stars. Or a veteran
they
team.
have. Here's the thing: Orlando has good youth. They have good youth, but all they need is just one. They just need that one.
They need a leader too.
Because that one will get them into the playoffs and get them deeper into the stages. So yeah, but that's just.
We seeing free agency. What's going on?
Ooh, free agency's big. Brooklyn already made some trades to clear out some cap space. They trying to go for Kyrie. I can't believe this guy. He literally listed Brooklyn as one of his options.
You should go to LA.
Just go to LA. Why would you list Brooklyn in LA? Just go to LA.
Yeah, just go to LA. Yeah. Go back with LeBron.
If he go to Brooklyn, it'd be funny if LA pick up D'Angelo Russell. He'd be like, "Hey guys, Magic is gone. Hey D'Angelo, you want to come back?"
I think LeBron's gonna leave the Lakers soon, though. That's just my opinion.
The only way LeBron, if LeBron don't get the pieces, he's going. He's gone. He's gonna leave with his player, the year of his player option.
And he's probably
sure.
I could see him going to the Knicks.
Nah, not
look. Look.
Not New
York.
You
should be agreeing with me.
I'm a Knicks fan, but it's like
especially what's the name's on his way there? Kevin Durant
to the Knicks.
Yeah.
Think about it. You get LeBron.
No.
Come on.
He don't want to.
I'm trying to do this for my Knicks. Let's jump out of the NBA. Let's jump into a little WWE.
Oh Lord.
Jump into a little WWE.
The travesty.
We got Elias with us.
Walk with Elias.
Elias. You don't know who Elias is?
Elias.
Okay.
No, he doesn't.
No, I don't.
Check your phone. Look up.
On the rock.
Look up. My name is Elias.
Okay.
And he looks just like you. But
he said, "I live under a rock."
My thing is
You ever seen Willy Wonka? That's me. No, I'm joking.
You guys were telling me about it. I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna wait to watch it tonight.
Elias.
But was it really that bad?
I just watched it before we started. It was bad.
Goldberg versus Undertaker. Okay, here's my thing, and one of my friends always told me this. He said Goldberg's matches normally are not that long.
No.
Yeah,
Goldberg's matches are normally super quick.
That's true
because he overpowers.
Well, it's not even that he's overpowered.
He was Brock before Brock.
No, it's not even that. That too. He's not really a wrestler. He's not a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Like anybody who could tell you, like he's not a wrestler. Like if you ever watched
the Monday Night Wars, and they had his own episode.
Well, Brock was super quick. He was a lot quicker than Goldberg was.
Yeah,
but he still has wrestling.
Yeah, but he was super quick for when he first came out. Like a lot faster than Goldberg ever was.
Because if you ever I know we're not supposed to say his name, but we're gonna say it. But like if you ever looked at like Chris Benoit, right? Chris Benoit was brawling.
Yeah.
But when he wrestled, it was just like, man, dude, he's He's got it.
Yeah, he's a brawler.
He just doesn't have the personality, but he has it. And like when you watch like even when you watch like people like I'm gonna say like even Stone Cold, like anybody who would tell you that they wrestled with Stone Cold, they're like, yo, Stone Cold was probably one of the best wrestlers to wrestle with. Like you knew you weren't gonna get hurt. You knew it was just
that match between him and Benoit, that was a good fucking match on Monday Night Raw.
Classic.
And my thing is that Goldberg's match is never really that long. Did you look them up?
I can't find them.
All right, I'm gonna find it for you.
But yeah,
Porn sites are coming up.
we know what you're
Porn.com.
He said, "We know what your history looks like."
Delete cookies.
but that
Let me go
Undertaker
incognito.
Goldberg, honestly, that match should have never took place today. In
Oh my god, that's my
the direction they're going to, it was way too late for them to even book that match.
Hold on,
that
say
match
again?
should have. To be honest, a match like that should have
Yo.
been booked like 3 years
That's
ago.
crazy.
Oh, when Goldberg first entered the WWE, that should have been happening.
Poppy? I'm joking. Papa? Yo, that's crazy. I'm the opposite. I'm
Dude.
like the obese version of us.
I'm telling you, dude. For next
Halloween.
Halloween,
All right.
just give us a chance.
All right. Okay.
Give us a chance
Okay.
to just
See, I was gonna be the Grinch. I was gonna put a mask of the Grinch, pop my belly out, and just be like,
nah.
Nah.
Fuck
that's
the
better.
No, I'm
good.
joking.
Do that.
Elias.
Go,
All right, I'm
go.
gonna do it. I'll do it.
Even if we dress
gotta work out.
Even if we dress you up as Roman Reigns.
Oh wow.
We don't want to get booed.
Nah, he's not getting that many boos as he used to. But like that's all I'm saying. All you gotta do, show up to work, wear black pants, bring a guitar.
So your boy is officially a part of the Fast series.
Yeah,
Who?
John
Cena.
Cena, Fast 9. Officially.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cena and Bieber apparently.
What
Well,
Well,
okay, I'm lost now.
Bieber's supposedly a rumor, but Cena is
It's
official.
confirmed, yeah.
Well, Cena's been stepping his game up.
I ain't gonna even lie. His acting has gotten better.
Ish.
Did you see Bumblebee?
More when he's playing the military role.
Mm-hmm.
It's better. His acting is a little more clean cut.
I wonder if he's gonna be the one going after. I wonder how he's gonna be. He's probably gonna be a bad guy.
I don't know.
Because I can see him being a bad guy.
Because I'm trying to figure out if Fast 9 is going to be after Hobbs and Shaw,
Mm-hmm.
or if it's going to be basically in between.
Well, you got to think about it. So Charlize Theron's character is still running, right? You still have, more than likely, however this new Hobbs movie is going to end, is going to be...
Because interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So we'll see.
You
I mean, because
you-
more than likely they're going to segue.
Yeah.
Because I'd say my favorite ending in that, out of all the movies, my favorite ending was Tokyo Drift. As horrible, I don't want to say
I
as
love
horrible.
Tokyo
I like Tokyo Drift.
As I don't want to say
The
how
racing
horrible.
was good.
As
Yeah.
much as Tokyo Drift wasn't everyone's favorite,
Right.
that ending
unique.
scene in Tokyo Drift was
Yeah,
the best. Like
it was.
that made me just care about the series again
Yeah.
because he pulls up and it's fucking Dodge
Yes.
just chilling
Yes.
in his fucking Dodge, and he's just like listening to fucking reggaeton, and you're just like, God, jeez, I need that song.
The story
I
was
need Eros.
the story
I've been
was
trying to see if
terrible,
they're going to bring him in.
but the racing was cool.
The story wasn't terrible. It was
Lackluster.
Yeah, it wasn't something that you remember, but what I loved about it is that
But
they
that was the
didn't
scene,
forget.
though. That's the thing about it. That was the scene in racing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At the
It was
time,
an
yeah,
actual
because it's-
racing movie.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, because that's where it used to be like the DSMs and like that, and now it's sort of coming to the JDMs.
JDMs, yeah,
So-
because the drifting was coming onto
Yeah.
the scene. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, so
And
it made sense.
and the crazy thing about it is like they had been doing that for years in Japan.
yeah, like,
So
That was
And
the
they were
first time I
talking
ever
about
found
that.
out about drifting. I didn't even know anything about that. When I saw like the drifting, I was like,
Mhm.
yo, I was fascinated by that.
well,
I was looking up videos.
how I knew about drifting?
Need for Speed.
No.
Need for
That's
Speed.
nothing. That's
No.
how I know.
Oh no,
Really?
I used to. So I was when I was let's say like my junior year. No, let me not say my junior year. Like my middle school year into my high school years, I did a lot of sports. So I didn't really like. So by the time I finished sports, like I came home and like most of my friends were like in the sporting event. So by the time I came home, it was like we didn't have cell phones then. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cell phones was starting to come onto the scene. So like I would like watch like racing tapes, and I would watch like rally tapes. I'd watch like just a lot of like old school like racing tapes, and that's how I knew about drifting, because in like rally, the cars would slide sideways.
You were like,
so and you're just like, man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And you see the wheels like this, dude. The craziest video I've ever seen. I think it was a car was rolling. Right, the car was rolling. And like we just saw the car roll, get back on its four wheels, and just started driving off.
What?
But then when they showed the in-car cam, you saw the, mind you, this is before they had the paddle shift. Mind you, you just saw the guy in the car is rolling, and he's literally shifting the car back into first and revving it while the car's rolling. And as soon as it landed on his four wheels, he was just on the power again. I was like,
those those cages in those rally
sick.
cars.
Yo.
Those cages.
And I was watching it back then, and back then it was like, it was crazy. But
that's
it was
one of
really,
the most underrated sports, to be honest.
Really, and that's when I knew about it, because like cars would be sideways, and then like my dad's friends would always be doing it in their cars. So it was.
Dude, we're I mean, you're 33, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
gotta
we're the same
understand,
age.
like people were sliding cars from like back then, dude.
Yeah.
Like I remember, I remember one day my uncle took me one day, and my literally funny story. My dad came up to me and he was like, "Look, I'm here. I'm leaving you here, but if your uncle comes, do not go in the car with your uncle." And I was like, I ain't gonna go. He was like, because I heard he's coming. Don't go. Don't go in the car. And I'm like, all right. Literally, my dad leaves. I'm sitting there. My uncle pulls up. He looks like a guy looking for a girl at the end of the club. He's like, oh, you come here. I was like, Dad said I can't go with you. Shut up and get in the car. I was like, all right, I ain't complaining, dude. He had it was a Z. It was a Nissan Z.
Right.
Not the new one. This was the old school one.
Yeah.
The ones, and this was a Nissan Z. It was a twin. It was a twin turbo one. It was the 2-seater, not the 4-seater, and I witnessed a whole. Okay, so in New York, they have like, I don't want to say it's like projects, but they call them co-ops. They're like similar to condos. So they have like this whole co-ops like area, and like there's like literally like there's a building here, building here, building here. So like the roads, you ever like play it's like in a video game, you know, you go around and you go around. Dude, I witnessed that whole fucking co-op sideways. I was like this, like the car was like this, and he's like, what do you think? And I'm like, there's a fucking truck coming right there. And he's just sliding the car, and he's like, woo, woo, woo. And mind you, it was raining that day, and I was just like, I'm sitting there,
He's just hugging them
I'm
turds.
sitting there, I'm just like,
That's why your dad was
sitting there,
freaking out.
I'm gonna die, but at least I'm enjoying it. So I was like, but my like back then, my dad and his crew, like they used to like stuff that you see. Okay. I always say this now because it's the truth. Things that I've done now, I could never amount to what my dad and his friends did. They did some crazy shit.
Really?
Like they were the ones that like I remember when I was young, I would be sitting there and like they would lock down the highway. It would be like in New York, it'd be like 3 roads. They would lock down the highway and just woo 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 racing. And then we'd be standing on the bridge, woof, woof, woof. And you're like, oh, snap. That's the first time I ever seen, like, Supras. That's the first time I ever seen NSXs. That's the first time I ever seen, like, old school RX-7s, Porsches. You name it. You name it. I've seen it. I remember one night,
Dude, that shit
literally,
is
it was 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was playing, like, Crash Bandicoot. And my dad knocked on my door. He was like, yo, what are you doing? I was like, playing games. He was like, you want to come with me? I was like, where are we going? He was like, car race. At 1 o'clock in the morning? Hell yeah, I'm not doing anything. Let's go. So I turned it off. I turned it off. We hopped it. My dad at the time had a red NSX. Hopped in the car. We raced into the Bronx. Came down. This guy was running his fucking mouth. He was like, yo, I got this black Supra. Nothing's gonna kill it. Nothing's gonna see it. Guy was like, yo, I got something to bust that ass. Just give me like 30 minutes. I got something. And he was like, all right. Guy drove all the way to Long Island and brought his RX-7 out.
No way.
First gen RX-7. And when I mean he cleaned it. He cleaned it to a point where the guy had to go take his car. That week he took his car to the shop, pulled the whole motor out, retuned it, came back, and still got his ass beat again. And I was like, God, gee. And mind you, I'm seeing this, and I'm like, when Fast and Furious came out, me and my cousin were watching it, and we're just like,
this is what Dad did.
I was like, it's like, okay, it's like, oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's a good movie. It's like, all right. And the other people were like, yo, did you see the car? And then me and my cousin are looking at them like, we see that shit like every weekend.
That's Long Island.
Every other
too.
dude, I'm telling you, you name it. My dad had a 944 turbo, right? And he said one day he was racing this Z, like an old school Z, cleaned it, right? And the guy was like, yo, like, how you beat my car? Da da da. So literally, my dad like beat his Z. He beat like another. He beat I think it was a Camaro, and he beat like another car. So the guy was like, all right. So 2 weeks later, a guy pulled up in a Ferrari F40 and was like, yo, tell that guy in the Porsche to come now. And like, so they called my dad. Mind you, my dad was in his bed, and they was like, yo, race is running. Let's go. Come out.
For speed,
so my dad gets in his car, and he gets in his car, and he's driving. And while he's driving, he pulls into the gas station, and he's putting gas in the car. He gets a page, because at the time they didn't have cell phones. He had a page. So he looked at his page, so he ran to the payphone. He was like, yo, what's up? They were like, yo. The guy was like, yo, I'm just going to let you know that, yo, they brought the big guns out tonight. They brought a fucking Ferrari. And that was like, fuck. Like, so he's like, fuck. All right, I'll be there. So he goes, he opens up his hood, he pulls a spark plug wire, closes that, he pulls up, boo, boo, car's not running good today. The guy was like, I came to race you. He was like, yo, something's missing. I don't know. The guy was like, pop the hood. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna pop the hood. Look, race someone else. The guy was like, nah, I came out here to race you. And he was like, I can't run. My car's not running well. You know, you brought this car out. The guy was like, all right, and he just leaves. But I was like, I'm not losing my reputation to a car like that. Lost it. Dude. Yo, that's what I'm saying, dude.
The LIE?
Yo.
What?
Dude.
Long Island Expressway in New York?
Dude, I'm telling you, there was one, my uncle had this funny story he told me. He told me that one night, he said he had $400 in his pocket, and he had to pay rent that night.
Wow.
He literally had to pay rent the next day. And they called him, they were like, yo, his friend was like, yo, my RX-7, I fixed it. It's running. This guy's supposed to be racing me with an MR2. Come watch the race. And he's like, all right, bet. So they get out there, and when you're racing, they got money. Like, nobody comes out there without money. So they're like, all right, bet. So this MR2 was like one of the best MR2s they said was running. It was tuned and everything. So he's like, all right. So his friend was like, yo, dude, trust me. Put some money in, and I guarantee you'll get your money back. He was like, yo, this is my rent money. This $500 is my rent money. So he's like, all right. The guy was like, all right, don't worry, I got you. So he puts his money in, and he said they're standing on the hill, and it's a bunch of corners, and then just a straight. So he said he sees the car take off, and then the car goes into the corner, and then he sees MR2, and he's like, oh, fuck, that's my money. So he comes out of the corner, sees the MR2 again, RX-7 behind. He's like, fuck. All right, well, the only thing next is a straight. He said, all of a sudden he just saw the RX-7 just do this. And do this. And he's like, yes. He's like, yeah. And then the RX-7 literally passed the MR2 like this. By the way, he said he hugged everybody out there. He said he turned $500 into $2,000 that night. Because everybody betted on the MR2. Yeah. And him and another guy was the only one who bet on the RX-7. Well, he said I had $500 in my pocket that night. He said I walked away with I think it was like $3,000. He said $3,000 in his pocket. He was like, I can eat. I can eat.
Racing.
I can eat.
I'm
I
done.
was like, yeah. I was like,
race
dude.
again? Hell no.
We'll take that chance.
I'm good.
Oh man, dude. But yeah, dude. Even it's so crazy because like, you know how they say like, you know how one thing my dad always told me is that they always say, partying is is one of those things that will always be there, no matter what. No matter what, there will always be a party, and there will always be just a different generation of people in it. And it's the same thing that he said about racing. He said racing is the same thing. Racing will always be the same. It would just be new people coming in, and that's the same thing. It's so crazy because last time I went back to New York, I was with my cousin, and he hit me up. He literally hit me up at like 11, and he was like, "Yo, there's gonna be a race tonight." I said, "All right, what time?" He said, "They're looking at running at 2." I was like, "All right." So we get out there, and the guy drove all the way from Brooklyn. It's like running his mouth. His boy was running his mouth. They put, I think it was like $8,000 was in the pot that night. Okay. Goal. But no, it was like $8,000 was in the pot, right? The race ran. The guy crashed his car. The car, I don't want to go into it because I don't want to throw nobody under the bus, but all you need to know is that the car was supposed to, let's just say that it wasn't supposed to be on the street. And yeah, he crashed it. Yeah, I'll show you video after this, but yeah, it was a good fucking race. Shoot, it was a good race. I sat there and I watched the whole thing. I was like, up, oh snap, accident. Oops.
Thank you, let's go back to fucking bar.
Oh my god.
I think it's rehearsal time.
You guys.
Golden State, y'all better win.
We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back.
All the shouting behind.
We back. We're back. We back. Yo. So now I was just showing. David. I was just showing Chuckles. Chuckle David, and Beast. The Batman vs. Ninja Turtles, which is a great movie. You guys check it out. Really good movie. Like I'm not anime, but I'm like animated movies.
Batman's
It was really good, man. One of my favorites. Like that, just the fighting scenes were really good.
Yeah.
They've gotten better with the animated. That's the one thing DC has. I ain't gonna even lie. They have a one-up on when it comes against Marvel when it comes to the animated.
Mm-hmm. Dude,
it's violent too. That one. Like,
dude, no, you know it's a good one. If you ever get a chance to, like good fighting scene, Batman versus Robin. When Robin fights Slade. Oh. Dude, oh my god. And even the ones Court of the Owls one that he did, that was a good one too.
Shoot, I ain't gonna even lie, that's a couple of them. Even the series where it's Supergirl versus Doomsday.
That was good.
The death of half of their movies, Death of Superman, the Reign
really
of Superman.
good.
Was that one really good? The Death of Superman?
Yeah, that one was good. Death of Superman was good, and then the Reign of Superman was good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do they make it similar to the comic book?
Yeah.
Or is it
somewhat?
Yeah. Okay.
Somewhat. It's not bad.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, it's good. Even like I love Superman. Superman's one of my favorite all around superheroes. But the Batman movies are really good. Mm-hmm. Even the Young Justice, not Young Justice, but the Teen Titan one. Mm-hmm. Teen Titan ones were good. Like Teen Titans versus Justice League. That was good. Wow. Teen Titans Death Certificate or Death something? Judas Contract.
Judas Contract.
That was good.
Oh man,
that was
Judas
good.
Contract was rude.
Judas Contract was good.
And they get rated R.
You know what's so funny? I don't know if you ever watched Young Justice. Okay, so when Young Justice, the first one, loved it. Hands down, one of my favorite TV series. But season 1 and season 2, you can definitely tell it was Cartoon Network. Season 3,
ain't no Cartoon
Network no more.
That's like Adult Swim.
Yeah.
How violent? What's the worst you've ever seen?
They never really showed people dying in blood.
Okay.
In this one, they showed it. No, not in season 1. Season 1 and season 2.
Yeah.
No. They would show people they would show. They never really showed anyone dying.
Right.
Nah. When you
mean in the new ones that are out?
Young Justice season
Young Justice
3?
new one, yeah.
I done seen heads get chopped off.
What?
I done seen people get stabbed.
Because anytime they show it, they would turn. The camera would turn. But in this one, nah, straight up.
You remember the Young Justice episode when what's the dude? I forgot this dude's name from Space, the bounty hunter.
Oh, Lobo.
When Lobo
he came and split got the Corellian dude out. Yo, dude, first of all, that was the first episode of season 2, dude. And he came and he was fighting. The Young Justice team was fighting him, and it was Batgirl was escorting the senator, and they were and literally Lobo was murking everything, bro.
They brought him back in season
and then,
3,
and in season 3 he came back and he was still murking everything.
He murked the girl,
Yeah.
though. The way the girl was in the air, he shot his hook, shot her right in the back. It went through her chest. They showed the whole thing. Poured it down to the floor. He pulled her all the way to her.
Right.
Put his foot on her back and pulled it out.
Yeah.
And you know what he said right after he did that? He said, "You know how hard it is to clean blood off of this thing?" And continued fighting. Like,
yeah, dude. That's what I said. Because in the old
brutal.
one, they never really showed too much of it. They always turned the camera, or like if they like did something crazy, it was because it was like a robot or something.
Right.
Yeah, but in this one,
Lady Shiva?
Yeah.
Well, how
Lady
did
Shiva
dude.
in the house.
Dude, you gotta if you get a chance to, you gotta check it out. Like,
No, definitely.
it's a good series. It's like, okay, you know what it reminds me of? Clone Wars. If you ever watched Clone Wars, when you watch season 1, you're like, this is Cartoon Network. When you get into season 2, you're like, this is definitely
dark.
why it was on Adult Swim. And then you're like, because you're watching it, you're like, wait, you literally had suicide bombers. You had
Basically.
you had like people getting murdered for politics, and I was just like, this is basically crazy, dude. Like, yo,
you could
yes.
put this on
Yo,
Cartoon
it was
Network.
dark.
dude.
It was dark.
Dude, Clone Wars was a good.
Clone Wars
I was
got
telling
real
people
dark.
like,
Darker than the movies,
get
too.
past season 1 in Clone Wars. Once you get past season 1, season 2,
And it's on Netflix.
season 3, dude. There was one episode where they collected all the best bounty hunters in the universe, and Obi-Wan was like dressed up as one, and they put him in this cube, and it was basically a cube of death to figure out who was the best bounty hunters. Dude, What? Yo, hands down, dude. Yo, I'm telling
Wars.
you, people slept on that. That was probably
Clone Wars was different.
dude.
Would you
One-
recommend buying them?
One scene, if you want to, you can.
It's on Netflix.
One
I believe. It should
scene,
be
one of
still
the
on
scenes
Netflix.
that had me in Clone Wars was Obi-Wan. It was Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he found out that Darth Maul was still alive, right? And he had his sidekick with him, because it wasn't like a Padawan or anything. It was another Jedi who went to go investigate. They were fighting, and I don't know if you remember, but Saja Press, like, he threw her against the wall. I don't know if you remember, Darth Maul had bones coming out of his head.
Right.
He used his bones to kill, to kill her.
He was alive still?
Yeah, because he was still alive. Did you not watch Solo?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he's alive.
Dude, you're missing a lot. Yeah,
I need to watch
dude,
it.
Darth Maul came back because they explained in the Clone Wars series how he came back. His hate for Obi-Wan Kenobi is what kept him alive. Just like Vader's hate for Obi-Wan is what kept him alive. So the same thing happened with Vader. I mean, the same thing happened with Maul. Even though Maul was split in half, his hate was so strong that it kept him alive, and it made him go crazy. And they basically made likes for him. And dude, it's a great show. I'm telling you, it'll basically piece up everything that you needed to know before, like.
And then the super mole.
Yeah,
the
dude.
That was
Wow.
Dude, I'm telling you. Then like after he stabbed her, he looked at Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Obi-Wan was like, no. And then he looked at the lightsaber, and he went, oh, that was your friend?
Whoops.
You're next. Like, took his lightsaber and just stabbed her while she was down, and was like, oh, you're next. And hands down, one of the best fighting scenes was Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Saja Press and Darth Maul fighting, and Obi-Wan is fighting both of them with in a dark tunnel. Yo, good show.
Do you know what made
Good
me love
show.
Darth Maul? The first time I saw him in was it Phantom Menace?
Yeah, Phantom Menace.
How he's fighting both of them, dude. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Dude, you gotta see
Dude.
him.
Darth Maul is real.
Darth
I love
Maul
him, man.
is-
I love that
Obi-Wan
character.
Kenobi's a gangster.
You gotta see him. Even in Clone Wars. Like Clone Wars, he
was
gets
ruthless.
so gangster, dude.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
He
gets
He got his apprentice. His apprentice
What?
tried him.
He had an apprentice?
And he
Yeah.
whipped his apprentice.
His apprentice was his brother, because his brother. Because what happened was, Dooku was looking for a new
Maul.
Dooku was looking for a new. Hold on one second, because Susan walks in. If you give me a second, if you go on the laptop and you hit print, it'll automatically print to the printer. Yes. Mhm. So anyway, going back with the show, It's good. I'm telling you, it's really good. Like I don't want to
check it
give
out.
away too much because there's so many great fight scenes.
Right.
Even one where
it's
like
hard.
she blows up half the Jedi Temple, and then you see
Kawhi
the
got 30.
rage of
Kawhi got
what's
30.
his name of Anakin Skywalker. Like
Really?
you see his anger. And
So
you're just
what-
like, oh shit.
I'm not minimizing the game, so I need to in your mom's computer.
Hold on. I got you.
She's not minimizing the game.
So about that game.
So guys,
11 points down.
About that game.
Golden State's losing. Toronto's winning. It's looking real bad.
That's why she was flipping out.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
a second team half. We're a second team, second halftime team, right?
Yeah, that's the third quarter.
Yeah.
They're killing them in the third quarter when Golden
God.
State's supposed to be playing the best.
Yeah.
Let's call it a night.
But no, serious, you gotta check Clone Wars out.
Oh yeah,
It's
dude, I'm definitely gonna check it
amazing.
out.
It should be on Netflix.
I didn't even know Darth Maul like came back. It's
Oh,
crazy.
Yeah, and Clone Wars, what?
Yo, he was my favorite character, man.
They got a lot.
Have you guys seen Solo? Was it good?
Solo. was
I didn't get to
okay.
see
It
it.
was
I
okay.
haven't. I need to watch it.
It's on Netflix.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
it
on
is.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
That's how you know it didn't do great. Serious.
Yeah,
If
I heard a
movie
lot of
comes
mixed
out
reviews.
Yeah.
And it makes Netflix within the year that it came out,
Yeah, it's not
unless it's a big major title that Netflix can really get quick. It means it didn't do great.
Yeah, I can't get into it.
Yeah,
I watched like 3 or 4 times just to get into it.
I watched it.
And then every time I throw out at the airport, I was like, I'm done.
I watch,
No,
and
I'm done.
I'm just mad at it because it's like, how do you do a Solo movie? You talk about his origin story, and you start when a nigga's like 29. Like, his origin story. I'm 29, I'm running away with my girlfriend.
Not interesting.
And I end up joining the military. It's like, bro, come on. It's just like a lot of people decided to accept it,
Right.
but
done.
I felt like when it comes to the Star Wars movies, that
Didn't have the flair.
Rogue One
Rogue One was really good.
and The Last Jedi
Right.
were the flops. They
Rogue One was a
Rogue
good
One
movie
wasn't-
on its
wasn't-
own.
Rogue One was
Right.
a good
Rogue One was
movie.
good if it's on
Rogue
its
One was
own.
depressing. Dude,
The
the
last-
part that killed me was the stormtroopers at the end. They're like trying to escape, and then you see that red lightsaber come. I was like, "Yo!" I was in the movie theater like, "Oh my god, Darth Vader!"
No, Rogue One was good.
Yo.
I feel like it was good. It could have been
good.
better if it was like its official own standalone.
Yeah.
But it wasn't
Yeah.
its official own standalone. It was in between. It was supposed to talk about the story in between.
But
what
that's what I'm
happened
saying.
between-
If they would have just dropped it, like you see how they did those movies and then dropped Solo.
yeah, but
You see how
Solo was
Solo literally separated itself.
Yeah.
If Rogue
But-
One would have been completely separated,
But
even
it kind of.
no.
But if you think about it, it kind of was because if you think about it, Solo was basically just
Ending was
based
the
off
best.
of a main character that was in the Star Wars
It was
universe.
necessary.
This was
Yeah, it was-
basically
it was like
just a bridge in
it was like
between
a,
of what
right.
happened.
it was like a soap opera.
And the ending
Yeah.
was the like I
The
said,
ending was-
best
ending
part.
was
it was like a
awesome.
soap opera for me.
It was like a horror movie, like just him killing everybody. Like
Yeah, and
there was
then
no
they were-
hope.
And they well, it was that was the whole thing because the next movie right after that was A New Hope.
Right.
Yeah,
No hope.
Yeah,
and the
that's
New
how they
Hope
got
was
the-
basically you bring. So basically, that just basically segued and said, "Hey, look, this is how they got the Death Star plans.
Right.
Yeah.
This is basically what
Was
happened."
it
It was
necessary?
badass.
It wasn't really necessary.
It wasn't necessary, but guess what? It was something different because everybody was getting pissed off about
who's
Jedi.
the,
It was just, think about it. It's just like James Bond. Everybody was like, "Oh, James
Yeah.
Bond couldn't do that. James Bond needs weapons and cars." And they were just like, "Fuck it, we'll revamp it." And what they do, they revamped it to a point where they're like, "Damn, dude, James Bond's fucking badass."
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
he
and
don't
the blind guy
he
was a
running through
badass,
fucking.
too.
He running through fucking
What's his name
walls.
again?
Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen was,
Yeah,
was
Donnie
amazing.
Yen was good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Donnie Yen
but
did
that's what I'm
good.
saying. They
The
segued
casting was
from
good. I
getting
just
away
felt
from
like
Jedi's.
The casting was good. I just felt like the storyline was like a soap opera.
I mean, I thought it was good. I just felt like this new Star Wars series that they're doing. Well, okay, so I'm pretty happy about that because the new Star Wars. So like the guys who
What do you mean a new one?
So the guys who did Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
they got Star Wars.
Yeah.
That was their next project.
So I
So
thought the last one
they're
was
doing-
the last.
no.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
this
another-
new, so no, this is going to be the ending of that saga. The new one they're going to
Oh,
start doing
crap.
now is going to be
separate universe.
it's going to no,
altogether.
not separate universe. It's going to be the beginning. So it's going to be like Knights of the Old Republic.
What?
Yes.
No.
So that means that they
Yes.
might touch on the
So
Great
even-
Jedi.
even before
That's
all,
what I've been waiting for. I don't care about nothing else. I need the story of the Great Jedi.
And so that's probably what they're going to do because they already because if you notice they've already segued they a lot of people are just pissed off about because you basically made Luke look like a bitch and the only reason why I say that it's
I'm
the truth
sorry, yeah,
is
that-
because Luke in the comic books and in
Right.
the books because a lot of people never read the comic books because Star Wars comic books were okay. But if you read the books, a lot of people read the books, and Luke was no joke. Like Luke was one of those guys who was good, and then he knew how much his dad went through. Everything his dad went through, and he said, "You know what? I want to see what the dark side is like." Went to the dark side and was like, "Nah, I'm good," and then came back and
kept
then,
all that power.
Think about it. He dealt with all the kids. He had his own kid. He dealt with all the kids, and they basically fucked it up with all this other shit.
hologram at the end, dude.
Yeah, it was like,
it for me.
and then he
I was
died.
like,
Well, apparently,
He wasn't really a hologram.
well, apparently he's supposed to be in the next one.
Really?
He's apparently
So-
supposed to be in the next one.
Here's the
Force
question:
Ghost.
did he die?
I don't know if it's a
Force
Force
Ghost.
Ghost or whatever.
Force Ghost.
It didn't look like it in the trailer.
He died, bro.
He
It
died?
didn't look like it in the trailer. It didn't look like a Force
It
Ghost in the
was like he
trailer.
died.
Dude, first of all, in the trailer, all they showed was Kylo Ren in his ship trying to run down Rey, because basically that was his ship.
Yeah.
That was Kylo Ren's ship. Rey was the one who was sitting there in the sand. So basically, it looks like they went back to Jakku
Yeah.
to do their final fight, because that's more than likely that's going to be their final fight. They showed a piece of the Death Star, which basically landed on the planet. So more than likely the Emperor's still running, and that's his hideout. And basically,
So how did he survive?
the Emperor,
Because I heard his voice in the end of the trailer.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. In the books, the Emperor never really died.
Okay.
He died, but his
His
with
spirit,
his Force Ghost,
whatever.
Yeah.
Got
he
it.
basically had clones of his body, and he would just put himself in his body and boom, come back.
Because remember, at one point in time, they took control of the clones.
Yep.
So that makes it even easier.
But look,
But you imagine if he does come back though, Luke Skywalker. I think people will be happy.
if he does come
Him
back,
fighting against the
he better
Emperor.
have a justifiable story why he's coming back. So
I think he might. I don't know. I
Him
think
versus
Snoop.
I think
Dude.
Yoda might. I think because remember he was talking to Yoda and Yoda was like,
Yoda
"Come
was
with me."
Yoda was a spirit.
Dude,
Yeah.
Luke
Yeah.
versus the Emperor. It'll be epic.
I mean, and that's what got me too, because the Emperor. The reason why the Emperor looks like that is because of Samuel L. Jackson, basically. It's the truth. Because
Yeah, you're right.
He was like, "You're still a bitch. You can't touch me." And Anakin was like, "No, you're the real bitch." Chopped his hand off, kicked him off. But they
He
also
turned
said,
evil, yeah.
But you know the funny thing about it, if you ever look it up, Samuel L. Jackson said that he never died. In his mind, he never died. That
Really?
because he was like, "Dude, all I did was fall."
Right. And the
I didn't
best
fall
line
off
that
the
he
bed. I
said,
didn't fall
he
off
said,
the bed.
"Mother."
They always let Sam actually say something Sam would say in a movie that he does.
He was like,
Even if it
"Mother."
ain't got nothing to do with with modern day anything, he always gets a line for himself.
If Leia can't die in space, then he can't die.
Come on. 8270, 935 left.
Yeah.
Kawhi got 31. Let's see what Steph's still struggling. Yep, Steph 17 points. It's the rest of the team. The rest of the team is doing bad.
No.
So are they still losing?
70
Yeah.
to 82, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Why they always lie? Oh, all right. So as I wrap it up, I'm gonna wrap it up because I was gonna do some stuff I had involved. I was gonna, do some corny horror movies, but I think I'll save that for another time. But
It's sad.
I mean, if you want to,
Close it out.
we can wrap it up with some corny horror movies if you want to, since I got you here.
Oh, I'm a corny horror story.
Nah, but I know you like horror movies. So what would you say would be the worst horror movie you've ever seen?
Oh, God.
That's a hard one. I gotta think about that.
That is Human Centipede for me.
Human Centipede. That wasn't
Species.
Species.
Hey.
Oh, that was
Species
good.
bad.
Species is
When I was young, that was
If they redid that,
Pinocchio's Revenge was horrible.
Pinocchio's Revenge.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the Gingerbread Man.
Okay, I don't remember the title. The Blue Monster Lady with the
about-
hair. It was
what
like
about-
it was an '80s movie.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
Monster Lady.
Dude, that thing gave me nightmares. It was terrible.
but I said
She was like a
horrible.
hairy. Yeah, it was a horror movie.
But horrible. If it gave you nightmares, that wasn't horrible. It did its job.
All right, Sleepyway Camp.
Oh, you said
That just
horrible.
sounds bad,
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah.
That just sounds bad.
Well, it's like a 80s
Yeah.
cult horror slasher movie.
Mm-hmm. that you can never find, and you have to like really like search. To
Yeah,
find.
I have.
The other
I used
side,
to
I
have
say.
I was gonna say Attack of the Killer Tomatoes because that made no sense. It was just literally, if you ever look at the trailer for it, it's literally just a bunch of tomatoes running around the street, hitting people and killing them.
That
Or-
sounds
or
like a
eating
damn
them.
a cheap ass video game being made.
Dude, there's one scene where the guy's like, no, and you see this big tomato, like, he's like, no! And he like hits the ball, it's like, oh! And I'm like, wow, this is horrible.
Is that the makers of VeggieTales?
I was like, dude, this is horrible.
VeggieTales horror movie?
That was horrible. I was like, man, I can't believe it. I was like, I
Right.
can't believe this is a movie.
I
Like,
never even heard
even the Leprechaun somewhat made sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, like, yeah. Okay.
I'm pulling it up. You want to talk about tomatoes? I've never heard of
Oh,
this.
Attack of the
Yeah.
Killer
Yeah,
Tomatoes.
I've never heard of this.
Nah,
No,
I can tolerate the.
Killer Clouds in Space. Dude, that still freaked me the fuck
That
out.
was- that was freaky.
For like, because
That's
for a
freaky,
minute
bro.
I couldn't eat cotton candy, and then for another minute I couldn't. I was like freaked out over popcorn, bro.
Dude, what was the movie with the kid with the? I don't know if you remember this. Like, I was really young. The eyeball in his hand, the little demons coming out of his backyard. You remember that? Like,
That sounds a little
that
crazy.
sounds creepy as fuck.
no,
yeah.
dude, it was an old '80s movie. All right, I'm gonna look it up.
Kid
I'm
with
looking
the
up.
eye in
Yo,
his hand.
the
That
little-
sounds-
the
that
little
sound like
creatures?
Nemesis.
For real.
All right.
Stars, bro. Yeah, dude, look at it. That's the scene I was
I'm
talking about.
looking
Ah, I think you're about to get eat. Like a
Why?
fucking tomato.
That's some shit you see out of sci-fi. That would.
Dude, it was
It was like
horrible
Cloudy.
as fuck.
It was like the bad version of Cloudy and Chance of Meatballs.
Let me segue real quick out of like horrible that and monsters. So you were telling me about the couple movies they got for the Godzilla and
Oh
King
yeah.
Kong.
So they're running.
Oh, The Gate,
The Gate.
The Gate.
That
Never
just-
heard of that.
1987.
I'm good.
Stephen King.
So what was the you said it was the Monster Universe?
Yeah. So they're working on a monster universe, and I seen somebody posted on Facebook. Actually, it's supposed to be phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 type thing. You know, like
Yeah,
Marvel.
So they're doing like a Marvel thing.
And it's a long list of movies. I'm talking about like Godzilla versus Kong is only the
See,
beginning.
Oh shit.
The Gate.
Like it's
Oh,
supposed
It's
to like
freaky, man.
they're getting to the point where you're gonna have Godzilla 3, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, King Kong Returns type, destroy all ant monsters.
Oh shit. They're
So-
doing like
Did you hear that they said that? I don't know if it's true, but like the Pacific Rim universe is like combined the Kaiji, whatever.
the kaiju.
It's
Yeah,
the
they
same-
said they brought the kaijus in for Godzilla.
They brought him in.
That'd be interesting.
I wonder if they're
do
gonna
that.
bring. I wonder if they're gonna go Japanese. They gotta bring Ultraman in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
watch the Netflix
That'd be
series?
sick.
Dude, okay, all right. Hear me out. I was okay. So I watched anime back. I'm gonna say I watched anime back in high school, right? And I stopped watching it for like a minute. Stopped watching it for a minute because to me I was never really interested in it. To me, it kept getting too like. To me, it just wasn't as cool as it was back in the day. You know what I mean? That's just me. And then it just got over pop. It just popped too much. But I just watched one of the. I was just watching it on Netflix. Baki.
Baki's amazing.
Jeez, bro.
Baki's amazing.
Dude,
Baki is amazing.
Dude, that fucking movie. Okay, so Baki the Grappler, it was an old. I watched it a long time ago. It came on like TNT one day, and I always enjoyed it because he was basically this kid who was like unstoppable, and he fought this guy, and this guy that he fought basically. If you probably find it on YouTube, but he fought this guy who would pop the nerves out of your. Like pop your nerves, so you would like you'd be fighting him, and he'd pop the nerve out, and you
Sick.
would lose all like motion in your arm. So literally, the guy popped the nerve in his right eye, popped the nerve in his left arm and in his leg, and he beat the guy,
What?
pinned the guy, and the guy was like, and at the end of it, the guy was like, "Yo, like I'm gonna break your arm, like." Tap out, and the guy was like, "I'll never tap out." So he basically just knocked him the fuck out. And then when he sat there literally at the end of the movie, after he got patched up and everything, he was like, "Why didn't you just tap out? Like I was like, if I shifted like 2 centimeters to the left, I would have broke your arm forever. You never would have had an arm." He was like, I'm just not made like that. I would never tap out. And he was like, damn. So you watch that, and then you watch the Netflix series. Yo, the Netflix series, basically what happened is he was the
What is
best.
it called again?
Baki.
The Baki?
It's called
It's just
Baki.
called Baki.
It's an
It's called
anime?
Baki. It's an
Yeah.
anime. Dude, so basically, it starts off with him just, because him being the best. Like, he won the tournament for being the best. These serial killers, I think it's like 5 serial killers come out of nowhere, and they're like, yo, we've never feared death. But we want to taste death. And the whole series,
And I'm
goes.
talking about these dudes were just sitting in prison, and they found out that Baki won, and they were just like, okay, time to leave. And when I'm talking about these people were in maximum, I'm talking about like
Maximum
the Raft
security.
type,
Yeah.
Marvel type prisons. Like
Dude,
one dude
one of the guys-
climbed
Oh, is
a
it
missile
Marvel?
silo. Yeah,
Yeah,
One
of
dude,
the guys kind of fucking. Not even that, dude. One of the guys, if he put his hands over your face, you pass
Vacuum.
out automatically,
Yeah.
bro.
Dude, yeah.
he
People
Plus on
trained
top-
his hands to have like a vacuum to suck out everything.
What?
Everything, dude. He even on top of it, he even did a poison on his hands.
Baki.
Yes,
Yeah.
great. And that's the anime. And that's
I'm
the,
gonna check
that's
it
the
out.
anime. Watch the one on YouTube and then watch the series
Wait, the Netflix one, is that different?
based off the YouTube.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, really good, really good. If you ever get a chance to check
Is
it
it
out.
violent too?
Remember when Baki's father seen
Yeah, I'm
the
looking
guy
at the preview right
that hurt
now.
Baki?
Shit is wild.
Yeah.
He was just looking down at him,
Yo,
and
what
the
the
dude
heck
was
is
just
that?
talking smack.
That big giant he's
That's
fighting.
his dad.
That's his dad.
What?
Dude, he's
That's
a
his dad.
beast.
His dad is. When I tell you, his dad is bad.
Hold on, pause real quick. What's up, baby? What happened? You can't watch
Yeah,
it.
freaky, man.
So wait, so what you telling me? What you telling me?
70, 74?
Oh! Wait, 78, 74?
It's not
Eight,
over yet.
74.
It's not over yet. It's
So
8 minutes
is
left.
that Baki? The one
No.
No.
Him?
Oh, him, the dude in
Dude,
the red.
he is
though?
nice. Yo, the camouflage? Oh, shit! Dude,
the weapons coming out
Yeah.
of nowhere. Out
This,
of his
this
elbows.
guy's his dad, right?
Yeah,
that
that's
guy's
Baki's
dad.
dad.
he's no fucking joke. He was the last one to win the tournament before Baki. Like,
The fact that they put Muhammad Ali
in it. Muhammad Ali fucking Jr. Dude,
and they
Yeah, I'm
created,
gonna
his,
check it
out.
they created his
Yeah.
own. He got his own fighting style.
he got his own fighting
Because
style.
I just finished watching Castlevania not too long ago.
I didn't even start watching.
And that
it.
was a good
I
ass
watched
series.
it as soon as it came out. I finished it.
It's good?
Yeah,
It's a good series.
I'm just mad that
Is it like
I'm just
Dante's
mad at-
Inferno?
Damn, that looks brutal, man.
Not so much.
Dude,
oh, the
he's
dude
killing that
behind
guy.
him.
Yeah, that
The
dude behind
him.
Dude,
Like nothing. Like
Pyrotech.
dude, there was one. Was that the one where he blew the guy's face off?
Yeah, the one where he blew
So
up the
it's
whole
super violent?
dojo.
Dude,
Super violent.
he had a bomb in his hand. All you need to know, and he went, boom.
Literally.
I'm trying to figure. Yo, no lie. I watched the show. I was like, who the fuck are the doctors in Japan? Because they are healing every fucking body.
Like one
bro.
scene with that dude, he beat up he went to the dojo, beat up the dojo, the leader. The people from the dojo actually was like, okay, we'll help you, we'll give you a meal. He comes back by thanking them. What he did was he put on a fireproof suit, threw powder in the air, and the powder's flammable, and lit the bitch on fire and blew up everybody in the fucking
And he didn't
dojo.
die?
And because he had on a fireproof suit.
Dude, not even that. One of my favorite scenes was after he murdered. Like after he like beat the master, he changed up his clothes and he's sitting in the restaurant and he's eating, and they're like, "How you doing, Mr. Like, let's say his name was Mr. Todd. Mr. Todd." He was like, "No, I'm Frank." He was like, "Nah, nigga, we know you, Todd."
Yeah.
And then on top of it, Todd, just gonna let you know that everybody that's in that karate academy, they pretty
That you
much
killed.
that you killed.
We know.
We know.
What happened in that? Do you guys know what that is? It's Baki.
No, that's not
Face
Baki.
guy.
That's not Baki.
That's
That's the first one. That's the first serial killer guy.
It wasn't.
That guy's face like.
I don't think it was with a sword. I think it was with the dude's hand.
Yeah, it was a dude. Because you remember the dude's hand was
Y'all
like
have to watch
was
it.
like
No,
sword.
No, when I tell you,
Yeah.
Fighting good.
The
Fighting
fighting
is
is
bad.
amazing.
Dude, there was
Really?
one scene where the guy was like, he's like, "Why is he not moving? Why is he not moving?" And he goes to hit him, and he had fucking C4 in his chest. Bro.
Yeah. That same dude. It's that dude, the one that
I
you
gotta
saw
watch
with the
that.
red hair.
Right.
Like a lot of them, like the dude with the red hair, he went through he genetically modified his
Himself. Yeah. So his whole body's a weapon.
body. Baki's brother Baki's brother.
is a beast.
Baki's brother was short, and Baki's brother lost to him in a fight. So
Yo, who
what
do these
Baki
operations?
brothers
Fuck
did?
this.
No, serious. Watch this one. What Baki's brother did is
Was take steroids.
he took steroids, but he went to a doctor who broke his bones and,
gave him-
extended it to
extended
make
so he
him
got
taller.
Dude, yeah, I'm telling you, that series. Yeah, I
when
watched
you,
it.
When you think about it, this shit seems
'cause
like it's plausible.
I watched it. I was like,
I'm going to Japan.
no, it's that, dude. That's what I said. I was like, yo,
we out. I need to grow.
I'm watching it, and I'm watching it, and I see part 1, and I'm like, yo, there has to be like a season 2 to this because I'm only looking at part 1, and this is only, and I'm at the last episode, and dude, after he smashed, he became a completely
yes. And the fact that his father popped up.
Yeah.
So his father was like, "Yo, in order for you to realize your true power, you have to have sex.
basically.
You never had sex before." And the girl was like, "Was that your dad?" He was like,
Yeah.
"It's like your dad gave us permission to have sex." I was like, "Bro,
So,
it's like sex makes
the
you a
whole
new
plot,
man."
Like, is it like different planes?
That's
So,
over.
so no, the whole plot is there's
Right.
it's like the best warriors in the underground tournament,
Right.
and then the next one is 5 of the best serial killers, and they all go at it at each other. And
Who are
that's
the people with the
basically
guns? Like,
guns.
who's the scene right here? They
I
shoot
don't really
this
like
guy.
Baki.
Right here.
right? That shit.
Who's that guy?
Oh,
That motherfucker. He just started. He
He's
started
smiling.
He started shooting himself.
he's
a
one of the psychopaths.
Dude, you know what's so crazy? I don't want to tell you, but you remember how old he was? Yo,
Bro.
all you need to do,
You gotta watch
You
it.
gotta
Yeah,
watch
like
it.
he's happy.
It's on Netflix.
You gotta watch it.
It's
the
on
dude
Netflix.
you see right there with the
It's on Netflix.
Nick Fury thing.
Right. Yeah, him. This guy.
Oh my god, his
Badass.
fight.
So he is. If you watch the first one, he's in the first one. Dude, go on YouTube and watch the first one. It's called Baki the Grappler. Go on YouTube. They show him, and basically, do you remember the guy? You remember the guy who he fought on the roller coaster? He fights Baki in the first one. Go on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
I gotta watch that.
But we gonna wrap.
I'm
It's a wrap.
fascinated.
This is Those Guys podcast.
Yeah.
DGAF 100%. You know it. We out.